listeners. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel every day. It picks the Christmas movie, and they discuss it. Today we're talking about the 1992 film, The Muppet Christmas Carol, directed by Brian Henson. My name is Alec.
I'm Erik, and with us today is a very special guest, Dominic Berger. Dom, welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. I'm so excited to be back on.
This is a complete 180 from Silence of the Lambs to Muppet Christmas Carol. I don't think there's more of a spectrum change than this, but we'll count it.
Yeah, Dom, how you been? How's the transition from Halloween to Christmas been going for you?
Actually, this marked it off. This was the first real. I mean, I put up some decorations around the house, but this was like the first time I felt like, okay, all right, holiday season is kicking off. So Muppet Christmas Carol, so exciting.
Yeah, this is like right from our childhood. This movie, like, this was really probably something we'd be shown as like our parents were like, oh, this came out like a year or two ago. Let's show it to him. And Erik, basically, you had told me that Dominic's a huge fan of this.
We used to talk about this movie all the time, way too much. People would think we're weird. It's like, oh yeah, you remember that scene in Muppet Christmas Carol? Yeah.
But for real, I've always had a thing for Christmas Carol. You know, it was back in the day. It was the first play I ever got paid to do.
Wow.
I was cast as Boy Scrooge in the Hartford stage. Hold your applause. Thank you.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dude, I remember having to miss school for all day rehearsals, and getting paid was such a huge deal, but it probably didn't even cover the gas to Hartford every
I doubt it.
Awful.
Boy Scrooge, so you're the yes headmaster.
Yeah, I did that, and I had the penny for a song governor line, and I remember I was 13, so the girl that played my sister, I ended up having a little bit of a theater romance. Yeah, so
classic.
Yeah,
I like it.
Fair to say, my romantic life, it started off on a pretty healthy note.
Yeah.
So
there you go, Scrooge. There you go.
But you guys saw this when you were young?
Yeah, I probably saw this when I was like 4 or 5. I remember this movie from being very young, seeing this, and Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah, I used to watch this all the time with my grandparents.
Really?
Yeah. There's a line. My grandpa's last name is Cruel, and there's this line that's like, "There goes Mr. Humbug, there goes Mr. Cruel," and I'd be like, "Ah, it's Grandpa. Grandpa's Mr. Cruel."
That's so great. I remember, and Alec, just like you, I watched the Treasure Island. Yeah. Do you guys remember? So when we were in 5th grade, our school would do a musical for the 5th graders.
Yeah.
And the year older than us did Treasure Island.
I wish they did music.
Yeah.
This isn't as good as the Muppet one.
Not even close. We watched Muppet Treasure Island, and Tim Curry was just crushing it.
Dude.
Oh, he was amazing as Long John Silver. He was dope.
I love how the Muppets made a very conscious decision to be like, okay, we're going to start doing classic British novels, but then also taking fantastic British actors and putting them with the Muppets.
Yeah, dude, and it's Erik, when you're saying it's a whole 180 from Silence of the Lambs, I disagree, man. Michael Caine pulls no fucking punches in this one. You know,
where was his nomination?
He's this was a Oscar-worthy performance.
The Muppets weren't there.
Yeah. So this is so funny. I haven't watched this in a long time, and I forgot about kind of the pacing. But the beginning, watching Michael Caine, he's ruthless to these Muppets, and then like Kermit, I was watching him be Bob Cratchit, and I was really nervous because as an adult, it's like watching the office doormat and go pet like a bear. You're like, oh no, he's not gonna make it.
Yeah.
I think the scene with Michael Caine listening to Tiny Tim sing, and then it cuts to Michael Caine and he has this tear in his eye. It's like he's just watching a Muppet talk about God bless us all, and Michael Caine's crawling in the back, all very sad.
Dude,
it's very emotional.
Yeah.
But right from the start, where you're talking about Dominic, right when he walks in, the first scene of him, and I don't even know who that other Muppet's name is that works with Kermit and everything like that. He gives he yells at that, he's like, "Who's this?" sort of thing. And he's so pissed off at a fucking puppet.
Dude, this whole movie, just watching Michael Caine reliving his life, the range of this guy, him being excited to visit his old schoolhouse, that pain when they're going to bring him to the worst Christmas of his life. And he begs the spirit. He's like, please don't take me. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, am I tearing up like right now, like
Dude,
yeah,
that's
right now.
such 100% in the Batman scene where he's like, "I failed you, Master Wayne." Like, he pulled from this scene for sure. He's like,
Oh,
"Don't let them take
100%.
me. Don't let them take me." Like,
He called him Tiny Tim every other take. He was like, "Excuse me, sorry." But when Tiny Tim like doesn't make it in the future, and sorry, I don't mean to like buzz over the plot. I know everyone's seen Christmas Carol, but like the whole story is as an old selfish man who's visited by three ghosts, and then he has redemption. So, but like watching that ending scene. So I don't know how you guys felt about the narrators as adults, but like Maggie and I watched it last night, and we kept looking at each other, being like, those narrators have got to stop reminding us that we're watching a Muppet movie. Like this is an incredible performance. The songs, I gotta say, I fast forwarded through like 90% of the songs.
Oh yeah, I
ah,
like the music in it.
I do too.
I'll tell you, it kind of reminded me of like in chorus when you were younger, and songs would have like one more verse and one more chorus than was really needed.
Yeah, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, the Marley and Marley needed to end 10 minutes earlier. Like that went
Yes.
on forever.
Dude, Eric, did you when you rewatch it, it's legit scary. Like for a
The Marley and
kid's movie,
Marley,
like
yeah, with the doorknob, yeah.
dude, yes, the doorknob, and like they have rapid cuts zooming in on Michael Caine like a horror movie.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like,
Like, Ghostbusters kind of when you first see them. Like, it looks like that kind of, like, quality of special effects, like, the type of ghosts they had for Marley and Marley.
absolutely.
Dude, the scariest thing part of the whole movie to me, the ghosts of Christmas Past? What the fuck is wrong with that girl's face? What
So
Yeah,
is
pretty
creepy.
that?
frightening. Pretty frightening.
Dude, I'm sorry, yeah, Dom, what were you gonna
No,
say?
yeah, I've never gotten a good look at it. I guess I watched it on an HD TV for the first time, and I was like, that's like the creepy doll you find in the attic.
Dude, that is a terrifying, like, were they trying to do, like, CGI or something to make a little girl?
I looked up how they did the special effect for that. So they literally put a puppet in like a water tube
What?
and filmed it with a green screen, so it had like the water effect. So it's a puppet.
Dude,
I
it
mean, no, it's
looks
a Muppet. It's not a puppet. It's a Muppet.
thank
It's
you, God.
different. Sorry, I'm so sorry
But no,
for
that's
those listening.
'cause I'm looking at it, I'm like, "Okay, it could be a Muppet," but it also looks like they were trying to, like, CGI, like, on top of its face. It looks like a green screen basketball almost, or like a melted rubber. I don't know, man.
Right? It's a little bit it's creepy.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
So I love like the magic of the story and the idea of redemption. There's been a lot of iterations of A Christmas Carol, and I don't know about you guys. I think my favorite would be like Scrooged with Bill Murray.
That's
Mm,
one of my favorites. I
yeah.
also love this one. The Jim Carrey one has grown on me, the CGI, like cartoony one, but I still think the Muppet Christmas Carol is somehow better in like a children's Christmas movie way.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man, like when the magic kicks in and it's like it really takes advantage of like the different set pieces. And I don't know about you guys, but I know that A Christmas Carol speaks a lot about traditions. And the
Mm,
reason I like this story so much, usually, it's like it goes into people's houses like the night of like Christmas. And well, at least in the play, they do a little bit more of that. But I always felt like, all right, like that's a little bit more relatable. And by the time I've seen this play, I am ready for Christmas.
Yeah,
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 I mean, it takes place right, like, the morning of Christmas Eve, so, yeah, it is everyone's very festive, and exactly, the set pieces in this really makes you feel like something's happening. It's the holiday. It is that day, and everyone's getting ready. They're ready to get home to their family and stuff like that. Did you guys notice? I mean, I'm sure you did, obviously, the opening scene, the first thing, how elaborate that first shot is as it's, like, coming through the city or whatever? Did you guys notice that's all, like,
there's
one.
a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of
No,
Muppets, a lot of windows opening, like you're
not
No, no,
talking
even
no,
about.
that.
just over the
Before that.
city. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a beautiful, I don't know if it's a miniature or what, but like it takes its time with it, and like you're right, it's a gorgeous shot.
How do they get that? It's like, but before Eric, before they even see
Oh,
any
before,
actual
yeah,
people, it starts off like the credits are rolling, and I love how the credits are like Kermit the Frog as Bob Cratchit, like not the guy that plays Kermit. So I love that. I love that. But the whole time it's doing that, it's panning slowly backwards through this like London, but it looks so good and it's so long that I don't know. I'm like, damn, that's a great opening shot for this movie. That I'm sure as a kid you're just like, yeah, this is fun. But like the filmmakers are like,
Yes.
whoa.
I guess I'm like that. I didn't really notice that. I'll have to look at it more.
Some math.
Yeah, they made some interesting directing choices, which were like, there's certain pieces of this, like the shots they choose, and like the guy who plays Fred, right, the nephew, like all the other Muppets are doing their Muppet thing, and then the other actors, like they hold their own against Michael Caine, doing Oscar-worthy performances.
Yeah, he's very believable. That actor. He could have played like an Oliver Twist or something like that. Like, be like, okay, I'm on board.
Yeah, this was actually the first movie made after Jim Henson passed away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was Brian Henson, who I think is his brother.
No, isn't his son? I thought, wasn't it?
It may be his son. Yeah, and also the guy who played Kermit the Frog. No, Jim Henson played Kermit the Frog, but there's also the other puppet master, Richard Hunt, who passed away. I think he had AIDS or HIV, and they dedicated this movie to both of them at the end of the movie.
A little bit to go back to what you were saying, Dom, because yeah, now it's like they've passed the torch on to this new Henson son or brother, whoever. Did they have like an actor playing with the Muppets, like Michael Caine or like Jason Segel in the new ones, or Tina Fey or whatever? Did Muppets Take Manhattan or the Muppets movie or any of those have like a big actor for them to play against, or was it just Muppets playing against Muppets?
I don't know. I don't think I
Muppet.
saw the newer. I saw, Jason Segel was involved, I think, in the sequel, right?
He did like like the 2011 reboot, but before this one, there was like 3 other Muppet movies. It was like the Muppet movie, Muppets Take Manhattan, and there was another one, but I don't think they had like that what you were talking about, Dominic, like a human actor playing against
It
Muppets.
was always starring Kermit.
Yeah,
Those were always Kermit was always the star. This one feels like Michael Caine is the star, and Kermit's like a
right. And same
minor.
thing with the other one. It's
Treasure
like
Island.
Tim Curry's kind of like the lead, and Kermit's like, yeah, a side character. I don't know. I mean, but it's kind of to the point where like maybe Jim Henson didn't want that, and then his son was like, we should get some like actors in here to like.
I think you're right. I think I don't remember. It was always starring like Muppets Take Manhattan, and the Muppet movie was Kermit was the star. There was no
Yeah.
other actor
It was
taking
a
the
good
role. It was
idea.
Kermit.
Yeah, I'll tell you one of the things that I like about this movie, which is kind of funny, but like Kermit and Miss Piggy are happily married.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
It's the only one.
I don't know. Yeah, it feels so good. It's like, all right, this is what it would be like. All right.
Yeah, and she's barely in it too. Like she's like right at the end. But yeah, they yeah, their relationship is so funny, but this is the first time that you see them at dinner and they have kids and it's
Yeah,
so
he's
great.
about to lose his job. He has a very stressful work. They have a kid who's sick, and it's like that's when they get along the most. Like that doesn't make sense. But no,
They
it's
need
like
hardship. They need hardship to bring them together.
yeah, it sounds like it. Like Miss Piggy and Kermit are really getting along. Like,
Dude, I gotta say that acapella part with Bob Cratchit and Tiny Tim when they're
oh,
walking home
bro.
is so good, man.
Yeah.
Here's a
Sad.
teasing to be happy and joyous.
That's
really
actually really
sad.
good.
Dom, you said something earlier though, which I could not disagree with more. I love Gonzo and Rizzo, dude. I love their walking.
Narrating?
I love them.
Dude, I'll tell you this: so the last ghost, right? They're like, "Hey guys, it's too scary for us. We're gonna leave."
Yeah.
See at the end.
Maggie and I applauded. We were like, "Oh, get him
Wait.
out of there!"
That
I
point.
love the line. Sorry, go Alec.
No, but Dom, I wanted to bring that up. What do they do? Imagine what they're like. Well, we'll meet you guys at the finale. It's like, what do you want to do? It's like, you want to go do blow? And it's like,
Yes.
they like come back. That's like all I could think of was like, they're gone for like 20 minutes. What were they doing?
Doing
He's
below,
like,
bro.
jelly beans? I want the jelly
Rizzle the
beans.
rat. Rizzle the rat.
It's like, I got a cousin back in North Bergen. Hook us up.
Dude, the side glances that Rizzo gives Gonzo, like it's actually like this generation funny.
Dude, you don't like that, Tom?
No, well, I love that. I gotta tell you, like, I was getting real into Michael Caine, just like delivering a performance of a lifetime, and it kept
Right.
cutting back to them being like, "Hey, like we are in a Muppet movie," and I'm like, "Get the Muppets out of the way." Michael Caine is doing art.
It's better than Jaws the Revenge.
I mean, nothing's better than John's the Revenge.
Did you like that though, Eric? Did you like the fact that they kind of they were like breaking the fourth wall, basically?
I liked it, no, because it added Charles Dickens into it and the doorknob, and there's lines from the book that they wanted to bring into the movie and remind kids like, hey, this isn't a movie. This was a famous novel book
Sure.
by Charles Dickens, and they use like the lines. But I also love that line at the end of the movie where he's like, and Tiny Tim who did not die.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's very
I
mature.
just like how like he didn't die. Yeah, see, we have good feelings, kids. Like, we're
It's
happy.
it feels like everything Disney wants to be. Like it's still fun. It's still like got a good message, but like it can be a little like adult at times. I don't know. I
That's what Michael
love
Caine does. He brings the realness to it.
no,
So
but
he's
the comedy in the Muppets has always felt just a little bit funnier than Disney ever has to me. I don't know.
oh well, yeah, like Rizzo the Rat and Gonzo are great. Like when he's like wiping them eyes the window at the beginning, he's like, cleaning the window. He's like, I'm really glad you brought me along. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
I
good
don't.
fun. They sound like adults.
It's messed up, but I like not messed up, but I genuinely laughed out loud a couple times at Rizzo. Like
How dare you?
I really did. Like
Rizzo the Rat.
yeah, I just think his whole presence, and it's like Rizzo as himself.
Yeah, I know. Dude, that's why it's funny. I
You
love the
know,
Muppets.
Yeah.
I know, I really do too. I like the Muppets.
I
Okay.
like the Muppets. Do you love puppets? Muppets. Snuffleupagus fucks my shit up.
Even like the Ghost of Christmas Present, he had a nice little callback, come and know me better, man, which is from the play, right? And they
Yeah.
do it a couple more times to like reiterate the point that he's forgetting things as they happen. And then they bring it back in the end, and I was like, you clever little shits.
What
He
part
has a
did they
good
bring back?
song too. It feels like Christmas. That's like if you don't get in the Christmas spirit after hearing him sing a song, then you don't
Alec,
have.
he points to the Ghost of Christmas like future, and he's like, you got to know him better, man. And that's the last thing he says before
Oh,
he like fades away. I was like, okay, all right, someone can write.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Dude, this movie really does have a couple moments where you get like these heartfelt, like, damn, like life is short and precious, and you can't let it pass you by. Like it does a good job,
Life is like a journey. Who knows when it ends?
dude.
That's what he
Uh,
says.
Alec, do you feel like watching this as an adult is just like, cause I, it was like him going to different points in his life. And when you're younger, you're like, oh, cool, it's time travel. And when you're older, you're like, oh, yeah, like, like my
Well,
life.
well, seeing the scene with him and like the girlfriend or whatever, when he's just like, "You did love me once," like sort of thing. I'm just like, man, that must have been like a moment that really stuck with him because at that time it's like, remember the day I walked Abigail out to the fields and proposed to her and she turned me down, like sort of thing. That's
Mhm.
like a moment that stays with him forever. Where I don't know, yeah, there were a couple moments where, like, especially in that really quick transition scene where they're showing him growing up and stuff like that. You're just like, dude, he never had any friends. He really never did anything but work. And now at the end of his life, he has nothing to show for it. And the clock never changed once during the entire montage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I think that's funny. The clock never changed time once. It was always like 11:30 every single time. I was like, come on, guys, come on. Sorry.
I like that, and I like him at the when he goes to his school for the first time. He's like, "Oh, there's my friend Benjamin," and like it's like so well acted by Michael Caine. It's like, "Oh,
Yes.
this was my school." Like he has like this real like reflection.
It's weird because if you say what the line is out loud, you're not doing as much justice as Michael Caine did to
I
those
know.
lines. You're like he says these corny things and you believe him 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, and you do like nowadays actors they act with like green screen boxes and stuff, and but this guy had physical. It's like Luke in the Yoda, like he had something to react to. But it's so funny how much
Muppets.
Michael Caine is treating them like they're not Muppets.
So great.
Like,
I laughed every time like he would just like chew out a Muppet
yeah,
and like, oh my God, he was so mean.
yeah. When he throws that guy on the beginning, that is the first. That made me laugh out loud when he yells at. He's like, "Who is this guy?" And it's like a Muppet.
Do you think Brian Henson was like, oh, shit, he's taking this a little too seriously? Like when they first started shooting, like do you tell him like, hey, it's a Muppet movie, have fun, or was he like, this is gold, or
Yeah, he's like,
Seriously,
don't stop rolling.
it's
there must have
like
been that moment though on set, Eric, where they're just like, "Okay, do we roll with this, or do
do
we
we try
tell
to
him
make it
no?"
more children friendly, or do we let Michael Caine like go off? And I think they're just like just good, let him go off.
Like the PA just wiping tears from her eyes.
Yeah.
Like, we leave him be.
Seriously, like, because
Like, is
it's
Tiny Tim gonna be okay? Is he gonna be okay? It's like he's a Muppet, dude. Like relax. Like
ah, but that's the thing. That's why this movie's so weird because you watch like Muppets from Space or whatever, you don't get these moments, but this movie really does play with your fucking heart.
yeah, because like Tiny Tim's like this cute little like off-green frog that Kermit's the dad, and he's like bless us all.
Yeah.
And it's like a hand coughing, like it's a Muppet.
And you're like, son of a bitch.
Like it cuts to Michael Caine, the room's all dusty, and he's like, "Is he gonna be all right, Spirit?
Yeah.
Is he gonna be all right?"
He's even such a good Muppet character too that like when Miss Piggy's going off, she's like, "And Mr. Scrooge," and blah blah blah, and he's like, "You know what, Mom? Like, shut up, enough." Like,
I love it, dude.
Dude, you know how you said that you laughed at Gonzo, or no, was it Rizzo?
Rizzo.
oh yeah,
But I get the one laugh I got pretty hard was when he comes and he does that. He's like, Bob Cratchit, I'm gonna raise your salary, and Miss Piggy comes in and she's like, I'm gonna raise you from the cement. Like, I was like, wow, that was that was pretty great.
One of my favorite parts is at the beginning of the movie when they're trying to ask Scrooge for more coal for the fire. He's like, "How would you like to be on the unemployment line?" And then this is my island in the sun, and they're all like dancing like it's a hula or whatever.
oh yeah, dude, it's funny. And those two other characters, I can never remember their name. They're the Marley brothers in this. Those guys, I love them in
Wait, did you guys get the joke for the
Bob
second
Marley?
Marley? Yeah, good
Bob
for you.
Marley.
Yeah, his name was Robert Marley.
Bob Marley.
I was like, clever.
Yeah, because the book there's only one Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those characters so much. It just reminds it reminds me of me and you, Eric, in Latin class.
Oh, that was it. That was it.
Those characters.
Just two characters in the back just screwing around.
Yeah.
Dude, that line from Argo where he's just like, just prepare yourself. These guys are like the two mean fucks from the Muppets.
Yeah, that was.
I love them. I love them. I also like for some reason Sam the Eagle I just think is a funny character. I love how overly patriotic he is and everything. And in this one he has to correct them. He says one line at the end too. He's like, "Oh, in the cab driver." He's like, "And don't tip them." You guys notice that?
I didn't catch that. No, that's cool.
No. I got the it is the American way, and then like
Business.
Business.
Yeah, when he's like, "Take a cab and go blah blah blah," but then you hear right at the end he's like, "And don't tip the cab driver," like because it's England, so you wouldn't tip him, sort of thing. I don't know. That's what I took from it at least.
Yeah. This really put me in the spirit. Usually it's weird because every year I say what I was going to do what you guys did and like watch a significant amount of horror movies. And every year I miss all the horror movies and then I catch the wave of Christmas movies like right around Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So this was like a really good start for that.
Yeah, this one we're doing something where every movie we kind of rate it on like a snowflake level. So we're doing out of 10 snowflakes. What would you give this, Dom? On a Christmas scale?
Ooh, I would give Michael Caine's performance alone like 11 snowflakes. Like that man, like I can't think of this story anymore without him. But I gotta say, like I thought the narrators, man, they took me out of it. And if I were to rewatch this, I would definitely need like my own kids. So I'd probably do 7 out of 10.
That's still pretty good.
All right.
What about you, Eric?
I mean, I have a bias. This holds such a special place in my heart, and it's probably one of my favorite Christmas movies. And like Michael Caine's performance, you can't even put a snowflake on it. It's that good. I would give this an 8.1 as a movie. Just awesomeness and Christmas movie, kids movie. It's short, it's fun. The music's great. It's a great adaptation of Charles Dickens' classic. Yeah, 8.1.
Yeah. I mean, I'd give it an 8 as well. I'm also a little bit biased, but this, even if you just look at it from like just a Muppet movie standpoint, it's one of the best Muppet movies I think. And I feel like I've seen all of them. I don't remember them as well, but yeah, this one's really good. I don't know.
I like this better than Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah.
and that one's pretty good too.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they have really good source material to work with, so it does make it easier, obviously, than like just making up their own. Like, hey, we're like on a Muppet Caper or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think the special effects they use in this, the set design is really good. I think the fact that Jim Henson, this is the first project without him in any capacity, and it still retains that comedy that the Muppets have. The puppeteering is just as good. Frank Oz is still involved. Like, so I don't know. I'd also give this an 8 just for Christmas sake, I guess. But
yeah,
I love it. I really like this movie.
Awesome.
Damn, Dom, I for some reason thought you were like all about this.
Dude, I'll tell you, I rewatched it and I remember Marley and Marley, but I did not remember the songs. And the songs, like, they definitely showcase all the set pieces. So like they do all these things, a lot of characters in them, but they are really long, and I just I wanted to get back to the story so badly. I'm like, oh, are we under another bridge? Fuck me.
I
Yeah.
I guess I didn't really notice how long the songs are, but yeah, if you time them, I want to know like how much of the runtime it pads.
Oh, we skipped all the songs, and I think we finished it in like under 50 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's way shorter without the music.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, yeah, they don't have the songs that like I don't know, Nightmare Before Christmas has, or those kind of like really original, memorable songs, but memorable songs.
Yeah, but I do feel like the Muppets were like cast in the best way. Like they all made sense as every character, and they like even Fozzie Bear as his old boss. Was
Fozzie wig.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, that party looked like fun, and I like seeing Animal getting like subdued into having to play Christmas music.
Just hitting the hi-hat.
It's like dink.
But
dink.
yeah, I mean, like the songs and the narrators for me this time around, I was really kind of checking my watch, and it's it's a hour 20 movie, so I can't say it's bad, but I can't say that it's as good as I remember.
That's fair. I mean, that really is fair. But would you say this is definitely a movie you want to show your kids at some point?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's hard for me to imagine like more modern Christmas movies be like, I want to show my kids this one, but for some reason, some of them, I mean, 'cause we're from that time, but
Yeah, we just did Elf, Dom, and I was thinking there's no other Christmas movies that are real good ones that came out since Elf. Is there anything you can think of, like besides like adult films like The Holiday or Love Actually, like that has come out since Elf, like Christmas movies, like bangers?
No, I didn't like the last couple of Christmas movies, like The Holiday Party, The Night Before. I didn't like any of those movies. And I know that I'm getting a little bit older, so it's probably harder to please me, but like I don't know, like it's also like and you know what's really killing it, guys, are those Hallmark Channel like you have no idea how much money those do. It's bananas.
really,
Hallmark
Yeah.
movies.
Yep.
are you watching them? Are they good?
I like everyone is like just like the SNL skits, like it's Prince Santa, and like every plot revolves around some kind of guy who is Santa and has forgotten he's Santa, has to be Santa, or is in some way like from a different time and celebrating Christmas.
We need another good Christmas movie to come out.
Agreed.
One more. Polar Express was like, That was like
Yeah.
2004. Like, it was okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably different for us though, because they're not really on our radar because we don't have kids. So it's not like we're like actively searching out good Christmas movies for them.
Caillou Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, are you sitting down and watching that on like
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's out there.
Yeah.
I'm still watching Muppet Christmas Carol from 1993, dude. Like, that's all I got.
In the bin.
It is funny though, because this movie is another kind of it is a Disney movie technically, and it has Michael Caine, and then the following year, Bette Midler's like, I want to get in on these kooky action, but like playing really believable to the character, or whatever. Because you love Bette Midler and Hocus Pocus, Tom.
Dude,
Oh,
Bette
yeah.
Midler and Hocus Pocus. Like, I was listening to your episode with Hope. I appreciate the shout out, by the way. And I was like, you guys need at least 8 more minutes to talk about the performances. Like, I Put a Spell on You in Hocus Pocus is one of the most captivating theater performances or like in a movie that I've ever been witness to.
You like have the privilege of seeing.
Yeah, I can't even.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is really, dude. That yeah, with the lights and everything on that stage, it is very like Broadway. You're like, damn, god damn. But Disney got it right in the early '90s. Like, we got to get like very acclaimed, great actors to play with our goofiness, sort of thing. I don't know if they're still doing that, guys. I don't know.
Live action, all the live action remakes.
I know. I don't know. I love the Muppets, and I love how the Muppets they've always been there. They've never really gone away.
They just get canceled every couple of years and then come back.
They do.
That's the Muppets, and it's like we gotta fix our old auditorium up. That's what the Muppets will do. You know,
Dude,
they get canceled and they come back, dude.
They've had like 7 different shows that have gone from like NBC to ABC to like the Disney Channel. It's like Muppets, we're back again. Seriously,
We've been canceled so many times. We made a movie about it, and you all thought.
It's like, so they're so conflicted. Like, what do you want? It's like you watch a movie about us talking about being canceled, and it makes millions, but then you won't see another. It doesn't make sense.
I love it. I love the Muppets. Muppets, dude, love them.
Never go away. Like never go.
Just keep going away and coming back. That's all I want. don't go away, but just come back and leave again.
Well, this movie did not do well, so
Yeah.
it's a cult classic now.
And dude, special place in my heart. I already said that. Love this movie.
No, for sure. All right, well, what do you say you spin the wheel, Eric?
Let's do it.
Wait, no, Dom, thank you.
Hey, you're welcome, bud.
Dominic.
Thanks, Dom.
Dude, thank you so much.
Of course, guys.
Thanks, Dom.
Yeah, dude, Kermit's the man.
Kermit the Frog here.
Your impressions are spot on, kid.
You do a good Rizzo the Rat, Alec. I was gonna say.
I do?
Yeah, I thought so.
What are you talking about, Rizzo?
Yeah, dude, that's a great
Yeah,
Rizzo.
that's great.
I got 1,278 brothers.
Shit, why isn't it coming up?
And that wheel, man. What's going on with that wheel?
Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up. 'Tis the season to be happy and joyous. Spinning. And we got a Christmas story.
Ooh, all right. Let's turn our leg lamps on and
Get our Red Ratter BB guns and have a ball.
Oh, we got Burns as a guest for that. So that'll be
Cannot
fun.
wait for that one as well.
Yeah. All right, cool. We will see everybody tomorrow for A Christmas Story.